Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a G2SP. It's a Tier 7 Japanese tank destroyer. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff, and this one is under the command of Sepp von Awa of the SBN clan. As you can see, he's got vents, coated optics, and the turbo device, which I think is the advanced version. Now, there are two different guns you can have, the 105mm or the 75mm, and of course the big difference is the alpha. He's got the 105mm, 205mm of pen with standard ammo, and with the premium AP it's 244mm, so a jump from 205 to 244. Okay, let's see how he gets on. It does have a weak cupola on the right hand side, but the frontal armor is very good, and it does allow you to aggressively play a 2D style where you actually confront the enemy and force him to try and fire at your front and then block his shots and then fire back at him and do huge amounts of damage. And he does exactly that, but he doesn't take any damage at all from that first shot. But he does inflict quite a lot of damage on the poodle, who got spotted as well, and he got assist on that. Looking for the enemy to pop out again. We can see there was a Jagdpanther behind those trees down by the houses. Yes, he's looking for him. He knows that guy's there. The poodle's a one-shot, really. If he does pop out, he's more than likely going to go down to just one round. But it's worth keeping an eye on that Jagdpanther just in case he turns up. Oh, it's somebody else this time. It's a Mitsu. And we did take critical hits, but we angled too highly there. And the Jagdpanther got a hit, and so did the Burt. But the Mitsu went down. So now we can have a go at this Jagdpanther, and he suddenly realised, in fact, that hit the track, so it gave him a reprieve. But if he fixes the track and pulls back in, then it'll be difficult to get a hit. Yes, he has pulled back in. Now, this is one of those tank destroyers which the Japanese never got around to actually building. It was designed, there were numerous designs for Japanese tank destroyers, just didn't have the steel so that they could actually manufacture them. It's more the pity. And yes, a good penetration there. High roll. The 365. The Jagdpanther's still there, but he's a one-shot now. Oh, we got somebody behind us. It's a T-3485, so we have to turn around. Luckily, we blocked the shot that came in there. But yeah, this guy has to be dealt with. And he should be out of the game in just 2 shots. But if he stays where he is at the moment, it's going to be dangerous for us. I'm hoping our teammates will deal with him. And they have. You can see that Sepp actually took a round on the mantlet of the gun. There's a big yellow stain there where one of the HE rounds exploded. I suspect that might have been the Burt round. I can show that. There you go. He's expecting the Jagdpanther to come out the same spot again. And we've got an event going on. It's on the hill at the moment, but it might actually, yes, it's hitting down here. And we are near the danger zone and not actually in it. And we can see the enemy Arty is in this direction as well. So there's 2 enemy Arty, the Burt and the AMX-13 F3AM. And we're going for the Jagdpanther. Oh! Well, we're lucky there. The Jagdpanther did get hit and taken out by our T-25-2. The event is going on behind us, but now the Arty's trying to focus us, and it's the Burt who's trying to do it. Let's see what we can do. The Burt's hiding. He's getting behind cover, so... Oh, that one missed, but he's actually pulled forward. He must be an inexperienced player, because if I was him, I wouldn't get anywhere near the cliff edge. I would have stayed back. A Super Hellcat fired at us, and I think that came from the cliff top, the sniper's nest. In fact, now we can see the AMX-13, I'm pretty sure, our Arty, who's also a Burt and a Fifi are going to try and get this guy whilst we're here. Oh, we got him with one shot. Very well done. But we did take another hit. And this time from the Super Hellcat up on the sniper's nest. So he's getting in under cover. The P-43 over there needs to aim for that guy. See if we can get a shot. Oh, it hit his tracks. It dropped. But he's stuck there and he got wiped out. So he's gone. Now, be careful here because that Super Hellcat's still there. There he is. He is in the sniper's nest. Trying to get the gun down. Nice. That's good. And he does get a good hit. A high roll for 383. I'd load the HE if I was you because it'll go straight through him. And he's out the game. Next, please. Yes, he's got Mila as the commander. And as you all know, Mila is married to somebody I was at university with. Penetrated them. Yep, he was in the same year as me. Although he was on the film and theatre studies course. So I never actually got to meet him except once where we went to I think it was a seminar actually, that we went to. And it was very interesting. He was all about film work. But anyway, that's by the by. I didn't know at the time that he was actually going to get married to Mila Jovovich. I had absolutely no idea. But then neither did he at that time because he hadn't met her. And that's the last kill of the game because the enemy IS has just been killed. Here's the end of battle stats, and for that aggressive play in that game, Sepp von Auer actually picked up his first ace tanker in the G2 SP. You can tell it's his first ace because he's got scrolls underneath the M, and you will only get that the first time. He also got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a shell proof for blocking more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. On top of that, he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game. And on top of that, a patrol duty for being the only one spotting 6 enemy vehicles whilst they were being damaged by others. So very well done. His win rate was 5,353, which is super unicum and a bit extra. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he was. Well, he got the highest damage. He was top of the table with 2,687 hit points of damage. Second highest was the BZ58 on the enemy team, who managed 1,955. And the third highest, well, that was the T25-2 on his own team, who managed 1,700 exactly. When it came to kills, we can see top scorer was, in fact, the KV-1SA. He managed to get 4 kills in that game, while Sepp managed to get 3, and 2 kills went to the T25-2, the Fifi, the Panzerwehr F2, and on the enemy team, their BZ58 managed 2 kills as well. But only 4 players on the enemy team actually managed to get kills at all in that game. And when it came to base XP, yep, he's got that one too. Sepp came tops on base XP with 1,567. He's the only one to get over 1,000 base, and, well, quite a high score at that. So he did far more than somebody in the G2 SP would have been expected to get. And the second place man was the Panzerwehr F2, who managed 812, followed by the KV-1SA with 746. So he's got top in 2 columns, missed out on the number of kills to the KV-1SA. He fired 14 rounds in the game, got 12 direct hits and 9 penetrations. So it was one of those shots he fired, which was a blind shot to see if the poodle was still there. He wasn't. 2,687 hit points of damage, of which 615 were at more than 300 meters. He damaged or received hits from 7 enemies, but only 2 of them actually penetrated, and believe it or not, both of them were the Super Hellcat with his 90mm gun firing from the sniper's nest. 4 non-penetrations and 1 hit by way of splash damage. That was the Burt. He managed to get the shell to land directly on the mantlet, but it didn't do a huge amount of damage. 960 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 7 enemy vehicles spotted, 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and he got 2,908 hit points of spotting assist in that game. So that was a very healthy win based on the spotting. On a premium count, he made 200,377 credits from that game. Yes, you heard that right. 200,377. And part of that is down to 120,000 that he managed to get from a mission completion event. Plus, of course, he had a very good score anyway. And on top of that, he took away 5,876 experience points in that one. And yes, so it was a good battle. It only lasted 6 minutes and 20 seconds. And he didn't do much wrong in that game. I think he got it virtually all correct. So let's have a look. And that was the first ace tanker. What we've got now is we've got a second replay featuring this machine being driven by Sepp von Awa. So let's see how he gets on in the next battle. This time round, Sepp is on the north spawn of Murovanka Encounter, and we can see he's got the same equipment.
Let's win this quickly. I've got a lot to do today. Filming, interviews, saving the world.
Okay, it's the day after that last replay. So he's had 24 hours. Bang. That's indestructible. Still got the 105mm. It's a standard reload of 7.86 seconds. You can see here that Sepp has actually got a reload of 8.35, which means his crew is not fully trained up yet. But he's gone to the bushes to try and spot the enemy, and hopefully he'll get somebody in sight. Now, he could try a blind shot at this point and try and go down those bushes on that side. There's nearly always somebody who'll go into those bushes just to try and spot our guys. If he fires and then pulls back, then that would be okay. But enemy has turned up. He's just not looking in that direction at the moment. The arc is 10 degrees either side of the center line. And yes, we were right. The comet is there. Okay, and there's the two enemies that we can see. A Progetto 54. Oh, he gets another pen. And a high roll for 322. Remember, it's 320 alpha. It's one of the reasons why you can do so much damage so quickly. Enemy Arty in this game is an M12 and an AMX-13 F3. So he does have to watch out because they both got very good reloads and they can do a hefty amount of damage. It's a tier 8 game with tier 6 tanks in it. So he's middle tier on this one. View range on this tank destroyer is 370 meters. I mean, they call it a Chi-2 SP, a self-propelled gun. But there again, a lot of self-propelled guns are tank destroyers. They effectively called the Wolverine, the M10, a tank destroyer, but it was also a self-propelled gun. Trees being knocked down behind the house, so somebody is there. And now we can see that Progetto again. We've got guys in the center who can actually shoot into the side. Tiger, and he manages to get a good spot and a shot in there. We go for the Progetto again. Lower plate. Actually, he hits the tracks him. And we can go for lower plate. Oh, no, he's pulling back. Nope. He does have strong armor on the front plate, so... And he was angling, but now we get the side of the turret. Yes, it's worth a shot, just in the off chance. You can see Seb is well practiced at using his standard ammo first to try and get as much damage as he can, and only switching to the premium if he really needs to. If it's something that's very difficult for him to pen.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, the Progetto does have good frontal armor, but that Tiger doesn't. So he is going to suffer.
This is for you.
And that's another high roll. You don't really spot all that often, but actually Murovanka is in a valley. You can see the landscape goes up on either side. So, well, it goes up on this side. Of course, it goes down to the water on the opposite side. But you can see there's mountains in the distance. All that 88 is about to pop. 63 hit points left. With 3 up, there goes the projector again, and that time he did get it. Yep, lower plate. And the Arty gets the kill. Yes, our S51 just put one in, finished him off. Now he's feeling adventurous. So he's going to move up and see what he can do, because we can't see many of the other enemy tanks. So they must be mostly on this side of the battlefield. The only thing he's really got to worry about is the tanks that are firing back at him directly. But remember, this tank destroyer does have strong frontal armor. You just got to make sure nobody shoots at the sides. The side armor is only 45mm and 30mm. And yes, we are sitting ducks at the moment because the chopper managed to track us with our side facing the enemy. He wants a piece of that VK. Good aiming. Keep going, keep going. One more, please, please. Yes, another kill. Well, in fact, that's the first kill. And now he's in the dip, which means he's taking part in controlling the battle. Okay, so that ARL 44. Oh, VK, thank you. Yes, easy. And with this Alpha, he can do serious damage to these guys. Tiger won't like it. Oh, no, got to get the gun down. Got the gun down. And he gets him. Now, use the wreck for cover. No, he doesn't want to do that. He wants the kills. And he's pumping the rounds in. He's being very aggressive. That ARL's going to have to fall back. He's too badly damaged. If he goes forward, he's in real trouble. There you go. Thank you very much. And that's the third kill. And the M12 is gone, and that is the end of the game. Nice bounces. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tanker for Setbon Awa of the SBN clan in the G2 SP. He managed to get a shell proof out of that one for blocking more damage than hit points for his own vehicle. He also got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, fire pro effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle, and he got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 5 exactly. And his win rate was higher than the previous time, 6,440. But of course, he only got a first class in this one because he didn't get as much spotting as he would have liked. He only got the spotter badge. He didn't get a patrol duty like he did in the last game. So let's have a look at the team scores and see what they are. Well, he actually did get the highest damage in the game, but it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. So he only picked up 3,168 hit points, but it was still the highest damage. 2,431 hit points went to the Barask, and the third highest damage in this game actually turned out to be the Jutu, who managed 1,888. When it came to kills, we can see he got top spot with that as well. He got 3 kills, so did the P44 Pantera. The Brass managed to get 2, so did Churchill 7, and everyone else only got 1 kill. And the enemy team only got 3 kills in the entire game. So, yeah, they were having a hard time. When it came to base XP, he's got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,277 in this one. 1,012 went to the Brass. They were the only 2 players who managed to make it over 1,000 base, with the G2 getting 787 in third place. So a good performance out of this game. 19 shots fired, 16 direct hits on the enemy, but only 11 penetrations. The problem was that Progetto 54, every time he fired it, he was hitting the plate at the wrong angle, and therefore it just wouldn't go through. Yes, it does have strong upper armor, but it did have a weak lower plate, and he did expose it. Finally, Sepp managed to get a shell into him. 3,168 hit points of damage, of which 1,687 were at more than 300 meters. 7 hits received from the enemy, but only 1 actually penetrated. 6 non-penetrations, 1,130 hit points of damage blocked by armor. So you can see how strong the frontal armor is. It really is strong, but you've got a very weak side. Only 45 millimeters, the rear's only 30 millimeters. Don't expose them to the enemy or they will take advantage of you. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 6 enemy vehicles damaged, and 3 killed. And he got 1,087 hit points of spotting assists, not as high as the last game, and that's why he didn't get the ace tanker. On a premium count, he actually made 36,891 credits. Not quite as much as the last one, but he didn't get a mission completion out of this game, whereas he did in the last one, a huge one. 3,831 experience points out of this one as well, and he will get those crew trained up. This battle only lasted 6 minutes and 47 seconds, so, you know, it's still very quick battles, but he is finding his aggressive play works very nicely. And I thought he went a bit too far, actually, with that Tiger P, but he felt confident that he could get the guy by going over the ridgeline and just shooting down onto his turret, and it did work. He said, did they really nerf it? Because he was surprised, because it was supposed to have been buffed, actually. But no, or was it supposed to be buffed? I think in the previous game, he actually said, Master with nerfed Chi 2 SP. Well, they were supposed to have nerfed it, but according to Sepp, they haven't nerfed it. It actually does appear to be still working exceptionally well, and he's getting ace tankers, not on the subsequent occasion, not on this one, but I'm sure if he carries on playing the way he does at the moment, he will get the ace tankers, and in fact, he'll probably find it a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed that battle. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.